Hi everyone, delonewolf here and welcome to EVE Talk, your weekly look at the markets in EVE Online. Now before I get started, a little bit of a warning. I'm actually going to go through a few very busy months at work. We have a special and very important project that I have to participate in. And that's going to mean at least a decent amount of overtime, if not Saturday work as well. So if the content suffers from that a little bit, you know that it is because of, well, professional reasons. I will actually have to work quite a lot, at least in the next 2 months. So we are here for the market, and that is what I'm going to cover. Also, yeah, with Saturday work, I'm going to do my very best to keep the EVE Talks and the daily videos going, but I cannot make any guarantees because it's looking like I'll have quite a lot on my plate. But let's get started here. We'll start with plex, and that probably won't be pretty. I'll write down 1 minute. Yeah, 639 for the buyers, 649 for the sellers. That's a 10 million increase. But I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys already know where that's coming from. First of all, we have the ship paintings that will cost Aurum, and people are already expecting people to actually use plexes to convert more into Aurum in order to get these new painted ships, and this is why you're seeing this further increase to 650 million. That's very damn high, and maybe even too damn high. And there is also this message in a bottle where CCP is actually going to add a time capsule to the monument that will be placed in Reykjavik, and that's going to cost like 1 plex for a text message and 2 plexes for a video message. So that's only going to increase demand for plex even more, take away supply from the market, and this is why you're seeing this picture. 650 million ISK for a plex in March. It's probably unprecedented. I think it's not the highest price it's ever been. But for this late after a winter expansion, after the normal seasonal top of plexes, I do think it's quite a unique situation. Yeah, let's also hope it's a sign of a lot of activity in the game, and it's a sign that CCP is able to keep interest in the game high, despite the fact that the winter expansion has been running for quite a bit now already. Let's move on to minerals, and I'll move to titanium at 235. 482, 486, that looks down just a little bit. Yep, it is. It's still not where it was like 3 months ago. Let's go for the 1 month chart for nice visibility here, but it is coming from 510 going down to 485. So the correction in minerals is here. Next up, pyrite also correcting back towards 12.60, and that is coming from, well, that's coming from 1160, so it still has ways to go. You're still looking okay when you're mining these minerals compared to like 3 months ago, but yeah, the top does seem to have passed already, and so once again it looks to me like the big impact is actually coming from Gnostic alliances that have been restocking on minerals to create more titans to recoup their losses from the huge battle a few months ago. Same story here with Mexalon going from 150 to 48. We should see oversupply in these, and 87 million for the buyers, 37 million for the buyers, 145 million. Well, I'm not really seeing that much oversupply, so it just looks like all these buy orders are quite opportunistic. They're not very recent, these buy orders. The sell orders are more recent here, 89, 89, 89, just under 14 days. So yeah, that is definitely where the action is, despite the fact that we're still seeing huge buy orders. The competition is in the sell orders at the moment. Let's move on to Isogen then. Correction is not as pronounced, still from 136 to close to 128. If I go for a 3 month chart, you see that once again we're actually closing in on the average price we had like 3 months ago. So for Isogen, yeah, the correction is less pronounced in the last month, but that's just because the rise was not as high either, and it's already coming back to a more normal price from before the spike. Let's have a look next at Noxium, which can still be had in high sec, and here we see a very similar chart once again. So the spike was actually a little bit earlier, started I would say right around the winter expansion, or no, a little bit after the winter expansion. Maintained its momentum a little bit, spiked up to 730, but now it's correcting back to 710, which is still above the 695 we've had throughout the summer and after the summer. But yeah, the correction is here as well for Noxium. So let's see if we have something similar. Go back to one month chart in the nullsec ones like Zydrine. Yeah, that one is definitely correcting. In fact, it's been correcting for the entire month from 750 to 700. That's a significant, it's even to 690. That's a significant correction, almost 10% of the price, I would say. It's a little less than that, but still it's quite significant. Let's have a look at Megasite. Also correcting, but working on a little bit of a new movement here, so the supply demand could be interesting here. Yeah, normally sell orders for Megasite are what dictate the price, but look at how close buy orders are coming here. 1,555 and 1,591. That's not a big margin anymore, and it seems that this is an indication that Megasite might be going up a little bit. This is pretty damn interesting. On something like Megasite, where it's not so much supply demand that is going to dictate the price from the orders that are here, because most people either bring their Megasite to the market to sell on a longer term, or need the Megasite and buy it straight from the sell orders. So it does indicate to me that the margin here between the buy orders and the sell orders is a very good indication of what the price is going to do. And it looks like, because the margin is very small at the moment, that prices are actually going to start shooting up, because people will try and raise their price for Megasite. Interesting. Anything else? More fight here. It's a little different because it's more Tech 2 related, but that one is also correcting from 7,500 to 7,150 in 1 month, a total correction during the entire month. If I go for like a 3-month chart, you see the spike was quite a bit earlier, and we've had a significant correction here in more fight. So it looks like the increase in price for minerals has been a little bit short-lived, and it was just an impact by the nullsec players. I think that's correct analysis, to recoup their lost titans. So let's have a look at Tech 1 chips, see if these are correcting back as well. I'm gonna write down 730 for that. So the Drake is coming back, although I am seeing significant fluctuations here, coming from 46 million to 48 million over the entire month on 20-day moving average, starting at 4750, ending up at 47 million on the 5-day moving average. So this is a lot of movement here. Let's have a quick look here at supply demand. You are seeing more supply though. 2730 in Drake's very recent orders. On the recent buy order side, you're seeing 7, 4, 9, 3, 6 smaller numbers. So overall, I think this is going to go either flat or down a little bit more. Yeah, for something like the Drake, you have to look at the supply demand side. I think people did come in to buy pretty big amounts of Drakes on these rises right here, but after that supply came right back, or just stayed constant, and demand could no longer follow, thus meaning corrections. But these are two spikes in 1 month. That's a little bit unusual. So if you want to know what the Drake is going to do, always have a look at the incoming supply and the numbers for demand as well. Maelstrom next, that one is pretty high, although correcting back from 192, starting at 180. That's not a bad movement. 12 million on a 180 million ship is not bad for 1 month. 20-day moving average and 5-day moving average are meeting each other though, so I think we are going to see a supply demand side that's much more in balance. Yeah, you're seeing them coming here 179. Demand, it's a lot more orders than we're seeing here, because here you have 25 days. That's definitely a little bit order. 85, 84. Well, actually no. So I would say we're seeing a little bit of oversupply, and this is going to correct a little bit just because of that huge 17 units order here. If that wasn't there, it would have been a lot more in balance, and we might see a sideways movement. But yeah, I expect the Maelstrom to correct a little bit after this, so it's probably going to go back down. Next up, the Omen here, again pretty damn spiky, 2 nice spikes. and the correction now that is going towards 9.6 million. Yeah, 9.5 million for the sellers, 9.5 million for the buyers. No margin here whatsoever. Here it's 9.8 for the next best order. But are we seeing oversupply? Well, not that much. Look at that, 23, 29 being bought, 21 and 10. Although these are older orders, to be honest. So it's the new supply here. Yeah, probably a little bit of oversupply for omens at 9.9 million. And this could correct, maybe. The prices are already there, where people are actually starting to go for the buy orders as well a little bit. And so yeah, this could start to flatten out here, but don't expect omens to go to the moon anytime soon, because we are seeing oversupply of those. Next up, the rock, 182 to 193. I would call this a sideways movement. So are we seeing a well supplied market? Yeah, look at all these new orders, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 5, and here the new buy orders, 1, 6, 1, 8, 3. This is a lot more balanced than what we're seeing in some of the other markets, and so the rock looking like a sideways movement for now. Talos definitely correcting for the entire month from 76 towards 71, so we're probably seeing oversupply, and you can see this clearly. 10, 2, 23, 36, 36, all of them new orders on the buy order side. It's 1, 5, and then older orders of 1 up to 7, something like that. So yeah, Talos still oversupplied. That one is probably going to correct a little bit as well. Let's have a look at Tech 2 ships, 1135 or well 1140 maybe. Let's have a look here. Absolution going down, coming into interesting territory, I think, for buying some. So we have once, yeah, look at that. If you can actually pick some up at a buy order of like 180 or something like that, which is way below here on the chart, and I think a possibility, because you're right in between the buy and the sell orders, I think that's a good opportunity for absolutions. Unfortunately, the spikes are not that big here. Look at that, mostly just 5 million, and one huge one going from 195 to 235. But maybe on a longer term investment, buying some absolution could be a good move, because you will probably get some sell opportunities at like 200 million at least. So Astarte, that's a lot better spike wise. Unfortunately, again, a very quiet start of the year, I should say, and pretty damn low prices for Astartes at the moment. 195 to 212, where is that on the chart? All the way over here. So yeah, if you can pick some up at from the buy orders, maybe you're doing a good deal. Unfortunately, not a lot of action on the Astarte chart. Let's have a look at the Claymore. Pretty much similar, you know, nice spikes 3 months ago, but pretty damn flat and low at the moment. Let's have a look at the Damnation. That's better. That's what we like to see. If we want to do some active trading, look at these beautiful spikes from 215 to 235, from 215 to 250. That's what's that? 35 million jump right here, and then a correction right back. That's a beautiful chart for Damnations. Right now we're looking at another small spike that has just ended and is going back up again. So yeah, if you're looking for active trading, have a look at the Damnation, because this chart is full of potential. Longer term, look at something like the Absolution, the Astarte and the Claymore, who are at very low prices at the moment. Quick look at the EOS. I would call that an in-between one, because the big spikes were 3 months ago, but you are seeing some big drops and some decent increases here as well on the chart. So yeah, maybe the Guardian is I'd say a good one. That's one spike, 2 spikes, a double one here, and then a final one at 170. Now it's correcting right back. But this history on the last 6 months is not bad for trade opportunities. Yeah, so maybe the Guardian could be interesting. The Nighthawk, I think, was yeah, this one has been too stable since the beginning of the year to really say that I would consider trading with them. And it's also still not low enough, because you see it started 6 months ago at 200 million, still hanging at 230, to say it's an investment that I want to make. Let's see, the Sleipnir here has been decently stable and holding on, but it's working on a very nice spike. So if you've bought a few a few weeks ago, close to like 215, 220. That's probably looking like a very good deal, because you get sell orders at 288 at the moment. These are the beautiful spikes I'm talking about. Probably too late to pick any up on the buy order front, but if you did, you could bring yours to the market and still make a nice 50 million ISK profit, I think, pretty damn easily. Let's have a final look at the vulture. That's just too stable, and again not low enough to say that this would be trade worthy. So yeah, the vulture, I wouldn't risk it at the moment. But yeah, Tech 2 market, it's got some interesting ones that are very low for a longer term investment, and it's got a few that are moving quite nicely with spikes, such as the Damnation especially. I really like that one, and the Guardian. Let's move on to Tech 3 then, 1545. That's probably going to be oversupplied still. The Legion tried a small bounce, but if we look at 12, 3, 4, well, it's a little bit more balanced, because here you're seeing 9, 6 as well. Yeah, look maybe for a stabilization above 140 for the Legion, at least in the upcoming days and weeks. If you see a lot of supply come in, of course, prices will go back down. The Loki, yeah, that one is still oversupplied, 10, 13, 39, 11. You're just seeing one big order here that's pretty old for the Loki, so that one is going down exactly. Melted nano ribbons have been oversupplied for quite a while as well now, hanging at around 3.8 million. I think there's just too much stability in wormhole space at the moment to cause any real problems in the supply of melted nano ribbons, and so for now, look at that, 1,600 being brought to the market below 4 million. Yeah, that's not going to change anytime soon, so look for a sideways movement well below 4 million in the foreseeable future. Proteus still going down, although trying to stabilize a little bit. Have a look at the 1 month chart here at 133 million ISK. You're still seeing decent amount of supply, 11, 18, 11, 20. On the buy order side, just 15 of them being bought at 131. Some people are starting to invest in these very low Tech 3 prices, but it looks like it's still very cautious, and they don't actually want to upset these low prices just yet, and so it's still oversupplied. Tengu, yeah, look at that, just the new orders, 13, 9, 2, 20. You're seeing one buy order of 10 at 134, but this price is probably yeah, it will go down towards 134 just because of this. People willing to put so many Tengus on the market still. That means the action will be in between 137 and 134. Don't expect this to break 140 in the upcoming days either, unless something drastic happens. Overall, still an oversupplied Tech 3 market. Although it is getting better, you're not seeing stuff like 30 and 60 of them being brought to the market, completely pushing down the price. So it does look that at 130 to 140 people are willing to buy up the good opportunities for Tech 3 ships, but I am still seeing oversupply in general. So that's Tech 3 ships. And for the extra one for today, I'm going to have a look at the Comet, because that one is one of the ships that is going to get the new skin that will be available through the Concord loyalty points store. So you will actually get a police pursuit Comet, I think it's called, and let's see if that had an impact. Well, it's definitely rising from 18 million up to 21, 22. Barders are at 23. Yeah, it's not that drastic. So if this is a first sign of interest and activity in these custom ship skins, I would say not that many people have bought a lot of Comets in order to have them painted into the new ones and try and make some money that way. So yeah, not received that spectacularly. I would have expected more movement in the Comet. If that were the case, maybe it's a good idea to have a look at some of the battleships that will get painting. We already saw the Rock, nothing too special there. The Galente one, I really like the Hyperion, but nope, going down. So it doesn't look like people are expecting huge increased demand of these kinds of ships because of the ship painting pilot program. I thought there would be more, but there is not. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what actually happens when this stuff gets deployed. But for now, no, doesn't look like that announcement had any real trade value just yet. Anyways, that's it for this Eve Talk, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.